again. So I've just basically just made a vlog, and I've just decided that I'm gonna make another one straight after it because I'm on the topic of books, and yeah, I'm a bit bored, so I'm making another one because I enjoyed that. It was quite fun. This one I said was gonna be on student books, but it's kind of a mix. It's kind of the cooking books and kind of media books, but anyway, I'm just going to show you my books. Whatever. Basically, so the first thing that I have, when you go to uni, everyone's like, oh my god, I've got to cook, I've got to clean, I've got to do my work, I've got to go out and drink. Most PE students, though, are just like, we're going to go uni and we're going to get pissed. And it's just like, no, that doesn't happen. You can't do that every day. You really can't. Sorry. So when I went to uni, I didn't actually know anything about how to cook, and it's kind of nice because you do have this learning experience of how you cook. But in the first year, majority-wise of it, we didn't really cook. Me and my flatmate tried to cook something once from one of the books that I have, which is probably going to make it sound really bad, the book that I'm going to tell you in a minute, but we actually made something like a meal from it, and it actually wasn't that nice. That's probably just our cooking, though. You guys might make it nicer. So the first thing is when you go to uni and you ask your parents, you're like, yo, you go shopping with your parents and you go and get all your cooking stuff and all your equipment and all your bedding and all the stuff in your room and all that kind of thing. Make sure you get this. I got this given to me for Christmas. I got the student cookbook. I got this one given to me for Christmas, and my dad bought it me. And he has... it's very good. It's 100-day cooking recipes. The only thing I'm going to say about it is that in it has... I'm trying to find it now. In it has things like... chili skewers, like how to make chicken skewers, and it's like, most students can't be bothered to do that. They would just go out and buy a bag of chicken skewers. Or in here it tells you also how to make potato wedges from scratch, and it's like, and pizza, and it's like, students will just buy it. It's frozen food from Aldi, and it's 10 times cheaper. The only thing I will say about when you have a book like this for Christmas, and someone else, one of your friends, says, what do you want for Christmas? You're like, oh, I want cookbooks. Make sure they don't buy you the same one, because that's what happened to me, and I have 2 now. The good thing is if I lose one. I don't really use these ones too much, though, so I wouldn't really recommend you getting these, to be honest, because I don't really use them. Sorry, Dad. I don't use it. The next one I thought was really good. My brother went to Bradford University, sorry. That's because I'm getting confused. He lives in Leeds now, but anyway. He went to Bradford University, and he gave me a great book, and it's called Nosh for Students. Nosh for Students. And it's really, really good, this book, because basically at the front of it tells you the basics. It tells you all you will need when you go to university. And pretty much, if I had got this book at the beginning of university, it would have helped. But I didn't get this at the beginning. I got this halfway through my first year. And when you go to uni, you will see that when you take all your stuff, you actually realise you've brought too much. So make sure you don't bring, everyone brings a kettle, and everyone will bring a colander, and you don't need a colander, and you only need one at the end. The only good thing for us is that on the first day, someone broke our toaster. So, sorry. See, I'm dying. Sorry. Oh. The good thing is as well is it tells you how to store stuff in a cupboard, and how long you can keep things before it kills me, which is very good. It's basically a Bible for students, this. It helps students cook. It tells you how to boiling times for potatoes and stuff, roasting times if you're going to be brave enough to roast things, perfect rice, perfect pasta. Yeah, it tells you how to cook pasta. That was the first thing I learnt to do. And I remember what I did, I stood by the cooker when I was cooking at home. This is an embarrassing story. When I was cooking pasta at home, make sure you don't hold the colander next to the stove, next to the hob, because I just forgot that the colander had holes in it, so I poured the water and it went all over the floor, and I was very lucky it didn't scald on my feet, because it nearly did. So don't do that in the university. Not like I think you'd be stupid enough to do that, because that was really stupid. Um, yeah, but the good thing about this is, as I wouldn't make this, but this is just an example. I don't like lemon. But in the corner, it tells you how many meals it makes. It makes 2 meals, and how much it will be for you to like make that meal. So like for you to make that meal for 2 people, it's £2.15. So it picks out really cheap meals. And the good thing to do if you're going to like use this book for the whole flat is that you should star them. I'm going to stop this video because it's really long. Actually, no, we won't. We'll leave it, because if I don't stop it, I'll just go to do my student books and then I'll go media, because there's too many books. So this is the Not for Students, which is really good. Next one. The next book is a food book again, and it is called Soup. Now, I really like soup, but my mum bought me this, and I have to be honest, I've used it about twice, but on any hand, it makes really good soup. And most students, again, will be like, we'll just make cup of soup and stuff. But if you can actually be bothered, you kind of, sometimes, if you do like cooking and you're a student and you're studying cooking, this book's actually really good because it has different soups from all over the world and stuff. To be honest, though, there's a lot of soup in here I don't like. So, yeah, if you want to make some soup, here's the book for it. Final one. The final book, which I will say, is this one. And I know a lot of people have against hostels and that, but basically, when you're a student, you always like go, oh, we'll go to Leeds Weekend, oh, we'll do this, we'll stay in a Premier Inn, or we'll stay in a Travel Inn, and everyone's going to be like, oh my god, she's like a hobo because she's going to announce this. Yeah, some people are very against this. I've got friends who are very against this, but it's called the Independent Hostel Guide of 2013. I need to get a new one. But basically, people have a lot of thing on hostels, and this hostel book is not hostels, it's independent hostels, which aren't hostels, they're hotels. And some of them are, I'm not gonna lie, some of them are horrible. I've stayed in one of them, which is in here. One of them is at Gillifway Hostel, and I stayed in it, and it was a barn, and it says, country barn in the heart of the Lake District. No, it really isn't. It was a barn. It was a barn, and it was cold, and it flooded. But it was quite, we made it work. One of the ones that I would recommend going to for a student would be, come on, oh wait, I think I just went past it then and I saw it, and I should really have put these out again. I am really sorry. Right, okay, this is really hard. Anyway, in this book, because I can't find it, in this book there are many things. There is a train that's like Hogwarts, and you can stay on it for £45 per night. You can rent out the whole train, and you can it goes through the Scottish mountains, and it's really cool. That's one of the things that we are going to do. We're going to be like, oh my god, we're going on a Hogwarts train, because it's basically got beds and everything. It's got a self-kitchen and your own toilets on the train, and at the back of it, it's got a restaurant. So if the drivers, you with the drivers, they cook the food and stuff as well. Like, they stop and you have food and that. Another thing on here is called the Wandering Duck, which is really good, and that's another hostel, and I'd recommend going on that. That's a canal boat which goes through the Peak District, and it stops off during points, and you can stay there for like £45 again, like per night, per person. Bit more expensive, but in here as well, there are places like in London where it's only £16 for you to stay a night, and you get your breakfast in the morning, like per person. You have bed linen and everything, so it's £16 to stay in a hotel. And this one that is in here is an international hotel, and it's so nice. I'm I want to go to it. I mean, I always said, oh, we'll go to London soon, we'll stay there. But my friends were like, no, we're not going to stay in a hostel. Because some people are so negative because it says hostel on it. People are just like, no, we're not staying there. But it's one of the best books. So if any of you like traveling and you like traveling cheaply, you like to save money, and you're not actually that bothered, the thing is though about this, if you actually really want to stay in a decent hostel or a hotel, you should look on TripAdvisor and look at the reviews, because that's what my mum does. She's like, no, we're gonna look at the reviews, and if the reviews, like, one of them says bad, we're like, no. Or not one of them. She has to look at quite a lot. She's not like that. But yeah, I recommend this book. So they're my books for students. I have many books on students, but I've just picked out the ones that I thought were relevant and probably might help if you're traveling with your friends, or you're cooking for your friends, or if you're going to survive at uni. So, on that note, I will see you later. Bye!